Hello, SquirrelTribe 2.0. So as you can tell, we're in a different location than normal. There's normally a kitchen surrounding me when we talk, but today we're in the Jeep and I'm having Starbucks because listen, according to Starbucks' app that I have, on Fridays in May from 12 to 6, you can get half off of a drink, okay? And I like Starbucks, but I don't like Starbucks prices. So today I was like, work smarter, not harder, and save half your money on a drink because I wanted to try the new one. So this is this new thing. I just wanted to show you guys. This is the new, what is it called? I think it's got my name on it. Summer Refresher Lemonade thing. It's got those little balls on the bottom. Y'all know how I love balls. So it's got these little balls on the bottom. They're not popping balls like boba. The kid is the reason I got this. They gave me the wrong lid though. The lid is supposed to be like an open sippy one so you can sip and get the balls in your mouth. I did not plan this, but there's no way to have this conversation without sounding some type of way. So they gave me the wrong straw too. The straw isn't going to work either. I just realized this poor kid who gave me this drink is not very bright. And I mean that as nicely as possible. So they're supposed to give you the fat straw like you would get with boba. And then they're supposed to give you the sippy mouth lid so that you can get these little balls from the bottom. Because there's literally physically no way for this to work with this straw and this lid at all. What a dumbass. And I mean that nicely again, but what a dumbass. At least it only cost me $3. Which if it had cost me, well, like 20 something. If this had been $7, I'd be turning around and going back to Starbucks right now and be like, I'm gonna need you to do the correct thing. But it's also on me because I didn't think to look. I didn't think anything of it because this is normal. You know, you go get this cup, you get this straw, you drive away. I did not think anything of it when he handed this stuff over. But they did nicely. I asked for light ice, so at least there's that. So I have more drink than ice. Y'all know how Starbucks does. They have to give you more ice than drink most of the time. But anyway, this was half off, so I decided to try it. But now we got to do this a little bit differently because I wanted to try it with you guys. But I'm not going to be able to get any of these little poppy ball thingies from the bottom. So this is supposed to be like a strawberry, blueberry, raspberry thing with lemonade. The taste of it's good, but I don't know if I can get one of these little balls in my mouth. Y'all, seriously, there's no way to have this conversation without sounding like a just raging pervert. Well, as you can tell, it got stuck. Oh, no. Man, that would have worked. I should have... Hold on. Let's do this again. Maybe if I hold it. Nope, didn't work. Wait. Hold on. It worked. Okay, is it gonna sound gross? The way it pops in your mouth. Y'all ever had gushers like back in the day, the little juicy gusher? Nope, still sounds, no matter how you do this conversation, it's not gonna sound right. At least I'm a grown woman. I can't imagine the kids in school having this conversation. No. Okay, anyway. But remember gushers? They're like fruit roll-ups, but like they had like liquidy stuff inside them. They were little and you would chew them and then they would like burst in your mouth. Again, no way to do this correctly. That's what this was like, but like thinner. Like really thin, and it tasted like raspberry. I got another one. Okay, so the straw's doing better than I thought it would. I take back the dumbass on the kid part. He's still kind of a dumbass, but it's fine. This is actually very tasty. Now, I did look before I got this, because they make a milky version of this with coconut milk. I don't think anything should be milky. That just sounds like you need to see a gynecologist or something. So they make a coconut milk version, which would kill me immediately. But this one is lemonade. It actually tastes very, very good. So for those of you who do like Starbucks and want something that's not coffee related, because y'all know I haven't had coffee in, it's been forever. How long has it been since I had coffee? Like at least 4 or 5 months, right? Since Christmas. Which would be 4 or 5 months. Hello, Michelle. It's May. Anyway, yeah, so like 4 or 5 months, I haven't had coffee. I've only had tea. So when we go to Starbucks, I'm like, I don't really want to spend money for tea there. I've done it like once or twice, but normally I am now a grandma and I take a tea bag with me everywhere I go and I just order hot water at places. That's where I'm at in life. So I wanted to try something different today. These are actually really good. If I could just get more balls in my mouth, that'd be great. Okay, that didn't work. I'm gonna put the lid back on this thing and save this for later. Since there's light ice, it shouldn't. Oh, wait, hold on. Don't fall. Oh, no. There's one stuck in the bottom. Hold on. Stay. Okay, there's 3 in there. Turns out 3 balls is too many. Again, I'm trying to bite this one. It won't bite. That's because my teeth don't touch anymore. I don't know if we've talked about this before, but since my wisdom tooth fell out last summer and all my teeth have started moving, like you can see the gaps here now. I have all this gap in my teeth because the wisdom tooth came in, pushed everything, then the wisdom tooth fell out, and everything decided to have its own little free-for-all in the bottom of my mouth. And so my teeth are like all spaced apart all stupidly now. My teeth don't touch anymore. So when I have to open up like a packet of something, if my fingernails don't do it, we're shit out of luck. If I have like a little hangnail kind of thing, I can't do this because my teeth, none of my teeth touch anymore except for like the very, very back ones. And then like this right here, those are the only teeth that touch now. And it's really friggin' annoying when I'm trying to do stuff. I just thought I would share that with you. So the whole reason we're out here today instead of at home, numerous reasons. Number one, we had a storm come through this morning. So yesterday, Okaloosa County was like, hey, we're going to start school 3 hours late. And I'm like, why the hell are you making these kids go in at noon? But then I was also like, you're going in at noon, kid, hate it for you. Because they told us last night that they were going to delay school for 3 hours, right? Because we were supposed to get these really bad storms that came in, it was supposed to come in at like 2 a.m. Well, then it got pushed back to like 4 something. I wasn't staying up. I was like, I need sleep. So I went to bed. The man went to bed. The kid went to bed. We all went to bed. She stayed up a little later than she should have because she knew she didn't have to get up as early because she was going in later. But the whole point of this, my kid is almost 15. Y'all have seen her. She's like a little mini adult, right? She's almost 15 and she's independent. She's grown, whatever. Y'all know how teenage girls are. It still was so incredibly nice at 4 something this morning when the kid came in our room and she was like, the lightning and thunder woke me up. And then she crawled into bed with me. You know, she's almost 15. How many times in her life from here on out am I going to have this opportunity for her to climb into bed with me and like snuggle up because she's scared of thunder and lightning? Not scared of it, but you know, she doesn't love it, especially when she's on the other side of the apartment, right? So she gets in bed with me. And then I'm like, well, I can't really see anything in here. I'd like to be able to, you know, check my phone, see what the weather's doing. So her and I went out into the living room and laid down on the couch and hung out there. I checked the weather. I was watching live weather updates, but the news stations around us had no power. Pensacola area had no power because the storm went through and knocked out their power. So the people in Pensacola news stations are on Facebook Live instead. They're using their cell phones. They've got other people around them holding their cell phones up with their flashlights on so they can be seen. So they still made it happen, and it never got really, really bad. The winds got bad enough that it knocked over one of the chairs on our balcony, which our apartment never did send out an email about, hey, listen, there's bad storms coming through, wind gusts up to 80 miles an hour, you should take all your patio furniture in. They didn't do that, and they always do that. And the one time we left stuff out there, a chair toppled over. Thankfully, it didn't go over a railing because that would have really sucked for an Audi TT below us or somebody's Jeep Grand Cherokee. It would not have ended well, and we could not have played that off. I'd have been like, I don't know whose chair that is. Just because it matches that table, another chair up on our balcony doesn't mean it's our chair. You know what I'm saying? So at least that didn't happen. But the kid fell back asleep around 5 something. I fell back asleep around 5 something. Woke up at like 7:30. And the weather was fine. It never got bad for us. I know it got bad in other places. I know Tennessee had an EF3 touchdown, and I think there was a death or two. I haven't looked that up yet. And then like other tornadoes touched down other places. So for those of you who were in the areas of the storms last night and this morning, hopefully everybody is safe. My mom, I sent her a text first thing when I woke up, and I'm like, hey, we're good here. Nothing crazy happened. She said all they got was rain. Nothing really big there either. So at least there was that, you know. But the kid, she, at like 10:30, I was like, hey, you need to get ready. We have to leave in an hour to go to school or whatever. She's like, do I have to go? None of my friends are going. And I was like, I don't care what your little friends are doing. You're going to school. You're getting an absence for 3 hours isn't worth it, right? You know, you need to go to school. You have end of school testing and everything going on next week. You don't need to miss anything. So I need you to go to school. And of course, because she's a teenager, she pouted. She wanted to stay home. And so her and I have had head banging, you know, all morning. So for me, I was like, I dropped her off and I'm like, oh, I'm getting Starbucks and I'm sitting in my car and that's what's happening. So that's why I haven't gone home yet, because I'm like, I need to woo-saw a little bit, because as lovely as 4 a.m. was when she crawled into bed with me, that 12 o'clock drop off, we were ready to like fisticuffs, because the hormones of a teenage girl are up and down, up and down, and up and down. The hormones of a 42-year-old woman, up and down, up and down, up and down. You put us together, we're gonna butt heads. I love her dearly, but one day I'm like, kid, it's gonna happen. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen, because, you know. Anyway, but I'm gonna tell her how good the Starbucks was, and then, but I'm talking like I'm a big deal or whatever. But I got her food on the way to school because I felt bad that she had to go to school. So that's that. Anyway. This is really good. It's actually very tasty. This would make a really good frappuccino. It's very refreshing. You can get it without lemonade with just water in it, but I was like, go big or go home. Don't go coconut milk, though, because don't die in your car. It's really good. It's really good. So I'm reading this book, this Nicholas Sparks book, I'm sure I've told you guys about. I'm reading this Nicholas Sparks book, which I didn't bring with me. I don't remember the name of it. Whatever. But it's about this guy who's like a bull rider and this girl who's like a city girl or whatever. And I'm at the part, I'm like chapter maybe 6 or 7, the first, eighth of the book. And they're talking about, and I love books because it helps me like be really imaginative, and I can picture, there goes a helicopter. I can picture everything that's going on. I get to use my imagination that way. And I like all the emotions that come along with it and everything else. And I'm reading this book and they're talking about how she goes to visit this guy at his farm with his barn and horses and cows and all this other stuff, and a dog named Dog and a horse named Horse, because guys most of them don't have like the best imagination. So a dog named Dog makes perfect sense and a horse named Horse makes perfect sense. I'm like, then there's this part in the book and he goes, and then my mom, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, name Mom makes sense because mom's your mom, just like dog's a dog and a horse is a horse. It made sense to me. But anyway, so I'm reading this book, and he's the description, because Nicholas Sparks is like super descriptive, and it's really weird. Like, I read all different kinds of stuff. We've talked about this numerous times. I read all different kinds of stuff, but Nicholas Sparks, for me, it feels like just being in somebody else's life. It's not like a Dean Koontz or a, Anne Rice or a Judi Devereux or Nora Ephron. I think she's a director, not a movie maker. I was watching a Nora Ephron movie earlier. You've Got Mail, one of my all-time favorite movies. Weird, I know. But I like the way Nicholas Sparks makes you feel like you're just part of whatever life you're reading about. It's not, I don't know how to explain it. Those of you who read books, you'll know what I mean. So this one, they're on these horses and they're going through these pastures, and they're going up to this creek and this whatever else. And my brain starts going, the beach has been nice. I think I want a barn next. This is why I shouldn't read, because then it gives me ideas. And I get these ideas in my head and I'm like, man, the beach is lovely. I've loved living here the last 2 years. We're going to be here the next 4 years for high school. And I'm so incredibly happy about that. But at the end of high school, we talked about my mom is going to end up moving here. So now I'm like, okay, well, I want to go travel after high school. But then I'm like, well, now my mom's here and I don't want to leave her here without, my mother-in-law, brother-in-law, sister-in-law around in case there's an issue. So then I'm like, well, now do we travel, or are we kind of like stuck here? Like, what are we going to do? But then I started thinking about where I would like to go outside of the beach, and it would be really cool to go someplace that has, pastures and streams and horses. And I mean, I don't really want to milk a cow, and I don't want to have to like kill a chicken to eat. And I don't really want to deal with pigs and poop and troughs and stuff like that. But I could hang out with a horse. I can't ride a horse anymore. Really, we did that in West Glacier last summer, and I'm pretty sure I broke my back. Scoliosis and big boobs and overweight and horse riding do not mix. I figured that out last summer when I couldn't move 3 days after the horseback riding. But I think it would be fun to go somewhere totally 180 degree opposite of this, which technically that's where we came from. Georgia was 180 degree opposite of this, but like the wrong 180, because it was all like city streets and traffic and assholes and just stress and whatever else. I want to go the other 180. I want to go that direction 180 instead of this direction 180. And I want to go towards the mountains and the streams or the lakes and open pastures and not many people and stuff like that. I think that's what I want to do next. I feel like you've got this like one life to live, which was a great story. The what do they call stories? That's what people call soap operas. One life to live. I feel like you have this one life to live, and we get so caught up in thinking we have to do it this way that it doesn't occur to a lot of people to try a whole lot of different ways. And I know it's not feasible for everybody either. And, for us doing this, moving to Florida, we made it work. We gave up a lot. We got a lot of stuff in return, but we gave up a lot, obviously. And there's been a lot of sacrifices along the way. In order to do these other things I would like to do after high school, it's going to be sacrifices also. It's going to be sacrificing convenience and ease and, people, like seeing people as often in order to go try something new. But you don't want to get to the end of my life and go, I wish. you know? And that's what I think about a lot. I don't want to get to the end of everything and go, I wish I had done this. I wish I had taken that chance. I wish I had tried something new. I wish I had not been so scared. I wish I had been more courageous. I wish I had, y'all know what I mean. It's hard to have those regrets in life. There's one regret that I have that I can never fix and I don't want to fix, but I never lived alone. I went from my mom's house to where I am. I never lived by myself. I never got to experience that. So I tell the kid all the time, I say, listen, if you have the ability once you're 18 to live alone or to do the dorm life in college or something, I suggest doing it, because I don't want you to get to my age and go, I was never on my own. I'm extremely happy where I am. I have no qualms, which is what Kevin says all the time. I have no qualms with that. I have no qualms with the fact that I am where I am. You know what I mean? But I do wish that at some point between 18 and Kevin and I at 26, I had taken time to be on my own, and I never did that. So that's like my one I wish, and I don't want to have any more I wishes by the time this life is over. And I don't want Kevin to have any, and I don't want the kid to have any. So each summer, we work on trying to get through the I wish, or I want, or I would like, or bucket list stuff, right? So this summer we wanted to travel, but y'all, I wish it wasn't so expensive. I don't know if traveling this summer is going to happen, because where we live isn't cheap, and the things we want to do over the summer also not cheap. And it's like, what sacrifices will we need to make in order to do these things this summer? And is it even feasible? So I don't know that we'll travel anywhere this summer. If we do, I want to show you guys as much as possible, because I realize that a lot of other people out there are doing the same thing. I wish I could afford to do this. I wish I could go do this. I wish I could see this. I wish I had the mobility to do these things. So that's what I think is great about YouTube. Or just, social media in general. You have the ability to see things you might never ever see in life, because somebody else went and saw it for you and was willing and able to show it via whatever app it is, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, blah, 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 all those other things out there, which I think is absolutely great. But that's what books do for me too. But they mess me up. Like I read them because I want to experience whatever it is I'm reading. But then my brain at the end goes, man, I wish I could experience that for real. Like today, I want to be a cowgirl. I want to have the faded blue jeans and the flannel shirt and the hat and the boots and the cow and the dog and the horse and the pastures. I want to be a cowgirl today. Yesterday, I just wanted to be a mermaid and a beach bum. But today, I'm like, no, I want to be a cowgirl. Next week, I might want to be a city slicker. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? All I know is that I just needed a few minutes in my car before I go home, because, again, the kid and I just button heads this morning, and I didn't want to take that energy back home. And I didn't want to hold on to the energy, and I didn't want the kid to hold on to the energy. So before I started recording, I sent her a text. I said, listen, I love you a lot. We will talk more after school. It's just 3.5 hours. I promise you will live, which she hates that. She goes, I hate it when you say you will live. I'm like, yes, but have I been wrong a single time? No, which again, she's a teenager, so she hates the way parents talk. And as a parent, sometimes I'm not a fan of the way a teenager talks. So we're working through it. She's only 14. It's only going to get better. So there's that. But yeah, I had other stuff I want to talk to you guys about, but I think this is it, because the other stuff I want to talk to you about is going to put me in a bad mood, so I don't want to do it. But I'm going to show you this headline. This is what I was going to talk to you about, and then we were going to have a discussion on this man should be under a jail, but I don't want to do it. So you guys, I don't know if you can read that, because I don't even want to say it out loud. So y'all read that, and then if you want to have this discussion and whatever, we can. If not, y'all can go Google this and look it up and read about it, because that's all I got to say about that. So 2.0. I love y'all. Thanks for letting me have this random word vomit video with you. I appreciate you immensely for letting me just always get whatever's in my head, in my heart, whatever out, because it helps me to be able to just talk to you guys, because you are my family, you are my friends, and it does bring me comfort and solace having you guys here. So thank you very much, and I love you immensely, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. I'm gonna go home and figure out how to drink the rest of this drink now. Okay, bye.